Hello and welcome to another episode of Let's Love. This episode is going to involve Bit Trip Runner 2, Future of the Rhythm Alien. Now, this came out just recently, I believe just yesterday it came out for PC users. I'm not sure if it's coming out for console users, but I'm assuming it is because it recommends playing with a game controller. So let's get a move on. This game does feature an autosave system, as pretty much every single game out there does nowadays. Let's go ahead and let it load up.
When last we left Commander Video, his courageous contingent...
And we don't need to see this again. That's pretty much just the introduction portion of it. And basically, with this game, this might turn off some Bit Trip fans because the older Bit Trip series had the story shown to you rather than told, whereas this one, although the narrator is great, I really like the narrator. He sounds like those old cartoonish narrator styles, and that's what I really like about it. It still gives that retro feel to it with the narrator, and the story is told in a cheesy sort of way, and it's still pretty retro if you think about it. So anyways, how different is this from the original Bit Trip? It's pretty different. It's pretty different. I actually find this game to be more enjoyable than the original because, one, I don't know, to me personally, the original Bit Trip had too many psychedelic moments where I just could not tell what the hell was going on, and I constantly found myself crashing into things. And yeah. So anyways, this is the level select thing, and there are a couple different worlds, and there's a total of 800 gold. You can guarantee yourself that I will be collecting all 800, because if you've seen any of my other videos, you would know that I'm a completionist. I enjoy completing things to its fullest. Speaking of which, I actually need to do this level. And I think it's actually a good idea that I do this level first, because this level is quite easy, and it'll show you what you're going to be getting yourself into, rather than showing a hard level immediately. Don't forget to try out all the costumes. Yes, there are different costumes in the game, which I will show you momentarily. Now I'm just going to go ahead and pause and restart. Alright, so this is the base game. I'm doing live commentary here, so expect many failures to occur because this game actually requires more concentration than one would think. Now, for this kind of a game, why I say concentration is key is because it's constantly scrolling. It's more of a platform slash rhythm game where the level's constantly scrolling and you just have to avoid all the obstacles. Yes, that was a checkpoint there. If you jump over the checkpoint, it'll trigger a challenge, and I just totally borked that up. So I'm going to purposely kill myself because rather than complete the whole level and missing that one gold piece, I will purposely kill myself just to get that gold piece. I don't know about you. Some people will activate every single checkpoint just so they could get through the entire game. Me, I prefer completing it to its fullest, and if that means doing the challenges, by hell, I will do the challenges. I've actually done all the challenges. I have not really used the checkpoint in the entire game yet. I don't know why. I'm just a glutton for punishment. You do get bonus points for doing the challenges. Now, about the whole points thing, in previous Bit Trip games, there wasn't really a point to getting points, as if you got every single gold piece or gold bar stack, then there was really no point to doing everything, and you would get the highest score anyway. But in this game, they've implemented something different, which I will show you at a later level. Now here's this thing. It's a sort of a bonus chance. In Bit Trip Runner, the original, if you got every single gold bar, you would be treated to a retro stage. Direct bullseye. 10,000 points. And that will trigger a perfect plus. There are two different kinds of perfect. There's perfect and perfect plus. Perfect plus you will achieve if you get the bullseye, and you'll get perfect if you just hit the board and get every single gold piece. Now, you will only be able to get a chance at getting perfect plus if you get all the gold pieces, and I believe if you get all the multipliers as well. Alright, there is also a leaderboard system, which I say is good to only compare yourself to your other friends. As you can see, I only have one other friend that actually plays this game, and he got 729,000, whereas I got 994,000. I think that's the maximum score for this level on this difficulty level. Yes, there are different difficulty levels. How could there possibly be different difficulty levels? Oh, it's very possible, actually. Down there at the bottom of the screen, you can see something labeled just right. If you press Q, you'll change difficulty levels. Rather hard is hard, quite easy, easy, just right, medium. So, let's see how easy this level is, actually. I'm actually quite curious as to how easy, quite easy is. I'm really curious. There's still 40 gold pieces. I don't know, maybe there's less monsters to jump over, or maybe there's just no gaps. I don't know. I'll find out. So far, there's actually no change. Maybe it scrolls slower. I actually have no clue. Now, the game is lagging a bit, maybe because of recording software. If you weren't using the recording software, then it would be running at smooth 60 frames per second like it is right now. And for this kind of a game, you want it to be running at 60 frames per second. You do not want it to lag at all. Now, some of you may ask, what about options? Is there any options to this kind of a game? I will show you that momentarily as soon as I am done with this level. Now, it looks like the level is actually shorter this time around, so I don't know. I have a feeling that I actually completed that level faster, so maybe the level was shorter. Bonus chance, and shoot! I did not hit the bullseye. Yeah, double perfect. Ah, okay, now I figured that out. Yeah, so you do get less score, and you, quite frankly, yeah, you just get less score, and the levels are shorter or longer based on the difficulty you choose. Alright, let's go back to just right. And let's go ahead, go back. Back again. Help and options. Now, let's see here. Are there any options to speak of? Well, to answer your question, there is different resolution sizes. You could go full screen on or off. You could set the volumes straight from here, and you could change depth of field, VSync, and vibration. Vibration only applies if you're using a controller. So, are there any complex settings here? No, there are not. Nothing too complex. In fact, why is VSync on? I do not want VSync on. VSync is quite useless to me. Graphic changes will not take effect until you restart. This is sort of an indie game, so that's understandable. The controls, I do not think you can rebind these. No, you can't rebind these. These are all set. Now, it says playing with a controller is highly recommended. I have been using the keyboard this entire time, and I can tell you for a fact that it does not seem to me that you actually need to use the controller. Using the keyboard is just fine. In fact, using the controller actually to me looks like it would be way too complicated to actually use. I don't even know how using the controller would actually work all that well, because it's kind of compressed in such a manner that you would have to slide your fingers everywhere, whereas rather you just move your finger from one key to the next in order to change what you're doing. Alright. Using keyboard is just fine. I've been using the keyboard this entire time, and it's worked out really great for me. Alright, going back into the game.
The Welkin Wonderland.
And, yep. Double perfect. So, you can get triple perfect and double perfect. It just depends if you want to replay these levels on all three difficulty settings. So that's how you get double and triple perfect. I have just figured that out just now. Alright. So, just to show you a little bit of the story, I'm going to go ahead and head into Stratastar.
Realizing the gravity of the situation, Commander Video plummets back through the layers of a once-known reality and into the soft, bulbous bosom of a new one. Unsure of the outcome, but retaining optimism, our hero is guided to his skyward perch and thus begins his stay in the Welkin Wonderland.
And there you have it. There is a little bit of a story for you. Alright, and of course, yes, there is a slide. Now, as with all the other Bit Trip games, well, mainly this one, you do have a set of skills, but you cannot use them until the game actually teaches you how to use them. For example, that slide I was just showing you, you don't actually have access to the slide until the game actually tells you how to slide. So, for example, if I pressed my S button right now and the game didn't tell me how to slide before, then it wouldn't let me slide. Now, there are other keys. For example, I'm pressing D, which is your block button. I can't block. But I can guarantee you that if the game taught you how to block, then it would, in fact, let you block. That was the case with slide. Now, just because I know you people want to see me get punished severely, I'm going to be playing this one, Cloud 9. This one is actually a pretty tricky level. I have not beaten it yet. Put your mouth around, bugger. Alright. And I'm going to try to do this live. If I fail a couple times, then I'm going to shut up, because the main appeal to this game is actually the soundtrack. Yes, the soundtrack is actually one of the main appeals to this game. It's mainly the same track over and over again, but the different levels give it a different feel to it. Because there's always different tones and, you know, all that good stuff. So, it pretty much says, you know, we could have a great soundtrack. We could just have a single song here for this world and just give it a couple different tones for each level and it could still be great. And I just crashed into that wall. Yeah. Like I said, this level can be a little tricky. It pretty much really requires a lot of concentration to actually play through this level properly. Now, as for the graphic style, it's... I don't know, for some reason to me, Bit Trip Runner, the original, I just could not play that game for more than 15 minutes because it caused so much eye strain to me. I don't know, with this game, I'm not getting so much eye strain because, I don't know, I think with Bit Trip Runner, it was more like 2D on 3D, which 2D on 3D does not really work all that well. So... I don't know, I guess for this one, it's really more of the concept of 3D on 3D. I don't know, I guess my eyes are just more accustomed to that sort of thing. Your eyes may be able to be more used to Bit Trip Runner, the original, but I don't know, for me, Bit Trip Runner was more of an eye strain. I could not play that game for 15 minutes. With this game, I'm not experiencing any eye strain whatsoever. And now, bullseye. Achievement locked, on your way. Alright, perfect plus. Now let's take a look at the micro leaderboard. That's right, suck it, Brutal. Alright. Continue. Now that was an optional level, you can play that level if you want to. It's really determined about if you want to be a completionist, and as you know, I am a completionist. So let's go ahead and I'm actually going to shut up for now and let you enjoy the soundtrack for one of the levels. So go ahead, enjoy it, take it all in, and once the level is over, I'll go ahead and start right back up and annoy you even further. And there you have it. That was a taste of the soundtrack for you. Now, as I said before, the game soundtrack is pretty great. I really like the soundtrack. So anyways, let's see. There's not really much else to say about it. Oh yeah, characters. There are a bunch of different characters in this game. Now, the characters are unlockable and they each have a different costume to it. So, here is Commander Video with his default costume and Commander Video with B-Trip costume. I was using the B-Trip costume because, quite frankly, it makes him look pro. It's like, you know what? I'm just taking a leisurely jog. Fuck you all. And let's see, you have Commander Video, Command Girl Video, which is the female version. I don't really know who Command Girl Video is. And you also have different unlockable characters. That looks like a guy with a hamburger for a head and firework. I don't really know. And of course, that has to be Retro Commander Video. So Retro Commander Video would be an unlockable. I would assume that to unlock him, you would need to complete all retro challenges. Now, just to make sure, pretty sure, okay, yeah. There are a bunch of different levels, as you can see, the total level and the total meter, I would call it, a total meter. I have 340 out of 800 gold. So there are quite a bit of levels. It looks like there's actually not much left in this, but there is still quite a bit of content in this game. I mean, like, if there's 800 gold to be collected in just this world, then I'm pretty sure that there's still going to be quite a bit of stuff. Oh, and the key vault. The key vaults, I have not reached yet, but apparently if you complete the key vault, then you will be able to get through the key levels. Well, what I mean by that is that you can pick up the key in this kind of level. For example, in Dangerous Altitude, you can pick up the key there and go through an alternate routes and get the chest there for an alternate costume. That's pretty much what that means. Now, let's see. I'm going to go ahead and do one more level, and then I'll call it a video. Now, like I said before, this game is sort of a hybrid between rhythm and platforming, whereas you just have to jump over obstacles and stuff like that. Let's see, kick that. And that's... Yes, I'm actually not being talkative right now because I'm trying to concentrate on what is going on. Oh, and there's stuff like this. Now, this is the part where I say that the high score thing actually has a point now. Because in previous Bit Trip tiles, if you got perfect on everything, that's it. You got the high score. Whereas in this, it all depends on how... Oops, I slided into it when I meant to kick it. So in this one, the high score seems to be... I don't know, the high score thing still, to me, seems like it's still not there yet, because now it just determines who's the fastest button masher, which can easily be abused because people can set up button mashing macros and, you know, that ruin it. Of course, I'm pretty sure you could hear me smash my J button. I'm not using space because space is also jump, and quite frankly, I prefer to be consistent. And I missed a gold piece, so I'm going to kill myself and try that again. Yes. Let's see. Oh yeah, don't get distracted by the background too much. I've found myself getting distracted by the background quite a bit because it's just interesting to see the various environments that this game has to offer. Sure, it's the same environment in this specific world, but come on, you cannot tell me that that thing back there wearing a monocle is strange, at the very least. And kill that. Jump over that. Stuck into that. Jump over that. And kill myself. Because I jumped too late. Yes. I'm pretty sure this game will get a lot harder in the very near future. I haven't even gotten to the boss yet. Oh yes, there are bosses in this game. I may show you in the boss in a cut out version of this video. But I'm not sure if that will actually happen. I may or may not do it. I don't know. Leave it in the comment section below if you actually want me to show you what a boss level is like. I can almost guarantee you that the boss level will pretty much challenge you on everything you've learned so far, as all boss levels should. A boss level should not have to hold you by the hand and say like, oh, this is my weak spot. And, you know, just keep doing this to kill me. No. What a boss should do is test you on the abilities you've learned. I don't know, too many games these days just say, you know what, we're just going to put in an enemy with extra health, call it a boss, and call it a day. No, you don't do that. That's not the definition of a boss. What a boss is, it tests you on your skills, and yeah. That's pretty much what Legend of Zelda did, really. It pretty much gave you a new toy to play with, and it said, you know what, learn how to use this toy, and at the end of this temple, we're going to give you a boss that will test your abilities on how well you can use this new toy of yours. I don't know. That was pretty much the way Legend of Zelda did it. Was it the most practical way of using it? At the very end, it was. Because I'm pretty sure I'm going to be quite honest here, I have not beaten a Legend of Zelda game. Well, not too many of them, and for that, I've seen... And I missed a gold coin. Fuck. Alright. I'm gonna be playing that level again. You can guarantee it. But let's just go ahead and see how many we got. We got 1,059,000. Brule. That's right, you can still suck it, because I still got more than you. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and cut the video here. You can guarantee that I'm going to get 50 out of 50. And I'll see you in the next video. For this one, I'm going to be referring myself as Gold, because gold is the main thing I'm collecting here. So yeah, I've been Gold. And I'll see you in the next installment of Less Love, Less Question, Less Hates. Goodbye. Have a nice day. I'll see you next time.